Welcome to the first ever episode of the podcast known as Chaley. Let's talk. And I'm here. I'm actually here. Your host, Trudy. Yours truly, Trudy. I'm here to talk about this podcast that almost wasn't. So, come listen to me run my mouth about why it took me almost a year to actually record and publish my very first episode. It's been quite a journey actually, but I'm actually doing it. So, here we go. All right, Chaley, let's get into things. So, quick intro about me. I'm just a random person that decided to make a podcast about things that I see on social media, memes, debates, mostly. That's what I really wanted to dive in and give my little 2 cents on. And I had this idea about a year ago. It's coming up to a year, I think. I'm not sure when I first published the trailer. I'll have to go back and look. But so let's just round it up and call it a year. Anyway, so I was full steam ahead. I'm ready. I'm going to make my own podcast. I'm going to talk about things that interest me, blah, 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 blah. And then I recorded my very first episode, listened to it, didn't like it, and deleted that. And then after deleting it, it just took me a while to get back, to try to get myself to actually record another episode. So, point one about why it took me close to a year to record and actually publish the first episode is the pressure of perfection. I listened to the first episode that I recorded and realized that I hated it. I didn't like it. And I thought that other people wouldn't enjoy it because I didn't enjoy it while I was listening back to it. So I was under this pressure to make it perfect. And I didn't think I met that standard. So I just X'd everything out and went back to the drawing board. Point two about why it took me a year to actually go through with what I had planned was being reluctant. After everything had been deleted, I was just reluctant to go back and try something new, to try again. Actually, I was just reluctant to try again. I don't know why. I just didn't want to try again. So I just disappeared. After I dropped a trailer, your girl just disappeared. And point number 3, I was also having personal issues around that time. So, hence why I was a little bit reluctant as well, because I was going through some stuff behind the scenes. So I'm just like, it's never the right time. Da, da, da. I don't want to do this. I have other bigger things to worry about, I guess. And then it all compounded. And then moving on to point number 4, which is plain old procrastination. Your girl got to procrastinating and just putting it off, putting it off, putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. But here I am procrastinating no more and actually going through with this first episode. So I think this is gonna be a short episode. Not really gonna talk too long. It's just gonna be an explanation of why it took me so long. And as I've explained, I was under the pressure of perfection. I was reluctant. I had some personal issues going on, and plain old procrastination. So, if you're out there in the world and you want to start something and you get to starting it and you feel all these different feelings and emotions, go through it. My advice to you is to go through it, and then when you come out of it, just go full force for whatever you plan. Go ahead with it. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. You're always going to be reluctant. There's issues that's always going to come about, and you're always going to procrastinate, but you just got to fight through it and do what you want to do, and don't let anything stop you. So I think that's where I'm going to stop for today. It's not going to be anything too elaborate, too long. Not the actual format of the podcast as I had planned in my head, but I figured that it would be a good way to start off by explaining the long gap between the trailer and this very first episode. I feel like I said first episode so many times, but who cares? Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for checking this little podcast out. And hopefully I will see you in the next one. Well, not see you, but hopefully you listen to the next one. Okay. All right. So until then, bye.